If there was a way to increase your overall health, improve the strength of your relationships, and generally enhance the quality of your life that only took a few minutes each day to achieve, would you do it? Well, there is a way, and we call that way gratitude. And I want to talk to you today about gratitude. So gratitude is a very underrated principle in psychology. When an individual is grateful, optimistic, and looking for the good in their world, they tend to have far less cases of depression or anxiety. They tend to have happier and healthier relationships. And the overall quality of their life tends to improve, including their medical wellness. It's amazing the impact that gratitude can have on our overall wellness. And just taking a small moment each day to consider the good that exists around me can help shift a lens from a critical focus, kind of pessimistic, glass half empty view to a much more positive view that is much more resilient against the difficulties and life stressors that all of us encounter, right? So just this shifting to intentionally looking for the good in each day, right, can help offset this balance. And particularly in relationships, this is extremely important. And part of the reason why is because there's no such thing as an unflawed person, right? All of us have weakness, and all of us have underdeveloped skills and strategies, things that are irritating about us or frustrating, things that continue to need to grow, right? So that means that in every relationship, there's always going to be things that you can look at through a critical lens. And when we do that over time, we tend to create a critical view of somebody who's actually a tremendous blessing in our world, right? It's not that we never want to look at those pieces that would be nice to have growth in, right? We want to identify those and communicate about those often. But far too often as we do that, we also forget about and lose track of those things that are good, right? So I'm going to do another video about this soon. Stay tuned in the future. I'll talk to you about an eclipse principle that can happen sometimes with couples. But for today, and in honor of Thanksgiving, that's just a couple of days away, I want to give you a challenge that I give many couples during this Thanksgiving holiday. I give this challenge to couples all the time, year-round, because it's so effective in creating gratitude and helping offset a critical view in a relationship. And here's the challenge. The challenge is, I want you each day to identify 3 things that you appreciated about your partner that day, right? So whether it's something that they did to serve you, a way that they smile that brings light to your day, a way that they help support the children, right, in the home, some sort of civic responsibility that they take care of that you admire or you appreciate, right, something that they do at their career, whatever it is, something about them, 3 things. Your challenge is 3 things each day that you admire, appreciate, feel grateful for in this person. Identify 3 each day. And then, once each day, reminding yourself why you continue to choose to love them, right? So one time each day, why do I continue to choose to love them? Now, I like that wording, why do I continue to choose to love them? Because it emphasizes this idea that love is a choice. Love is something that we do, and it's something that we choose to do on a regular basis. It's not something that we tend to just fall into and happen to have, and I can only enjoy it as long as it allows me, and then somehow it wears out, or I use it up and it goes away, right? It snuffs out at some point, right? Love isn't like that. Chemistry is something that brings us together with each other. It's this X factor that draws me toward another person. But love is a choice, right? And when we have strong love, We have strong love because you have two willing partners choosing love with one another each day. And it's hard to choose love with somebody that you're not recognizing the good in them on a regular basis. When you're not focusing on their redeemable qualities, we can tend to just hone in on the parts that are difficult about them. And that's this eclipse principle that I'll share with you more about soon. But for today, I just want to focus on the challenge. And the challenge is each day for 1 week, I would identify 3 things in that day that you are grateful for, that you appreciate about your partner. Looking for 3 items that day that you can say, they're good for these reasons, I love them for these reasons, I'm grateful for them for these reasons, I'm thankful that they're in my world, I honor these things about them, I admire these 3 things about them, right? In any of those categories, looking for 3 things each day that are positive about your partner. And then once a day, reminding yourself of this statement, right? The reason I continue to choose to love them is, and filling in that blank, right? Reminding yourself why today you continue to choose to love them. And in completing that statement, you're also reminding yourself to continue to make the choice to love, just like you hope your partner continues to make the choice for you, right? Now, what tends to happen if a couple do this? What tends to happen is they help offset a little bit this tendency to just get focused on the negative. And oftentimes there's so much stress and difficulty, there's so much intensity of time, there's so much interaction that's happening between a couple that it's easy to step on each other's toes. And it's easy to kind of get in each other's way. It's easy to have some disagreements from time to time because we spend so much time around each other and our lives are so interwoven with one another, right? And I just want to remind you to have gratitude. And I want to remind you the medical and mental and emotional and spiritual benefits of gratitude on a regular basis. That as we honor this Thanksgiving season, that we don't just let it be a brief moment of gratitude, but we get in the practice and in the habit of gratitude, especially in those relationships that matter most to us in our lives. They are the ones that are worthy of our appreciation the most. And yet it seems sometimes to be grateful for so many other individuals who have done 1 or 2 small things in our world that felt good. It's funny how it's so easy sometimes to be more grateful for those moments with a coworker or with a stranger or with a friendship, to be more grateful for those small one-off acts of service than the individual who serves me every day, who supports me every day, right? The person who's there with me, doing every day alongside me, right? So let's not let that be your relationship. Let's let your relationship be a relationship that honors the good in one another often, daily, right? Multiple times a day, looking for the good in your partner. So that's my challenge to you. Let's each day for a week identify 3 things that you're grateful for that day about your partner, and then answering the question, the reason that I choose, or filling in the blank of the statement, the reason I choose to love my partner today is, right? Reminding you to love often and reminding yourself that there's good in them, much more good often than any flaw or negativity. So I know you'll experience personal growth and wellness, satisfaction from that kind of an exercise, as well as relational enhancement as you just take that one small principle and integrate it into your day on a regular basis. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful time of year reflecting on all the good in your world. And I hope from that time that you create habits for yourself to be reflective of the good often, for there is much in the world that is difficult and hard, and there is also much beauty for those who are looking for it. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you soon.